Alright, middle elo racket, here we go. Helichaos versus Asur here. TTV stands for Twitch TV, so do check him out as well. We have Bulgarians again here for or I don't know if Helichaos has been playing them a lot, but we have Bulgarians. We had that in the previous Arabia, only one as well. And it's obvious that the Bulgarians have become a pretty solid civ on that map. Stirrups technology is not to be underestimated against other cavalry civilizations, especially not in the early Imperial Age, because that bonus isn't strictly visible in your stats. So if you have similar numbers of cavalier from both sides and the Bulgarians' cavalier attack 33% faster, you'd be looking at some great fights for the Bulgarians player. But we have Mur for Asur here. We'll see what he does with them. Mur could easily open any style. You usually don't see them going for militia style things like Drush or Men at Arms. But you could go straight for the scouts without needing a barracks, for example, with Khmer. At the expense of not being able to add spearmen, of course. But then again, if you get raided, you could just hide in houses as you Khmer. You can garrison inside houses. And for the late game, Khmer have, well, they have elite battle elephants. That's usually not viable in 1v1 for their expensive cost to mass up and to get all the upgrades and everything. But they have siege as well, a unique technology for the siege, the double crossbow that leaves Khmer scorpions and ballista elephants fire 2 projectiles, which can be very, very strong. Maybe not so much on Arabia though, because these kinds of unit plays, they work better in a choke point. Three on wood for now, suggesting scouts play from Asur here. We have 3 on wood for Helichaos as well. We'll see if he opens for the men-at-arms or goes for the scouts play here. He seems to be investing heavily on food, so it could just be scouts here for the Bulgarians as well. Back berries for Asur, so that's good news, but a little bit unfortunate with the lure there. I think the woman makes it back home though. And behind this, very little idle TC time for either player here. So it's actually a 4 on wood for the Khmer now, so never mind. Could still be the scouts, because you could use that wood you save for not needing barracks to go into some farms or something instead, and why does it show 3 on wood when it's clearly 4? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong side. 4 for Asur. Colorblind mode, apparently. 4 on wood for Asur, 3 on wood for Helichaos. That's the situation here. Ooh, that's dangerous for Helichaos here with long distance hunting with a very weak wielder here. And the enemy scout is still alive and at large, so if Asur spots this long distance hunting here, he might actually be able to pick 1 or 2 wielders from Helichaos here. He does not have Bloom, so yeah, both those weak wielders could be fought down by the starting scout, to be honest. Barracks going up for Helichaos here at around 20 pop. He did not collect anything gold, but there it is. It's on the way home. So definitely going to be the men-at-arms opening here. Oh, look at these horrible side golds for Helichaos here, right next to the hill. Just begging to be towered. Thankfully, he's Bulgarians and could add a prep post or something there later to secure those 2 golds from the hill with ease. Long distance hunting working for now. Asur is not being overly active with the scout for the time being. Helichaos also gathering intel here on the enemy side, and he's going to presumably find the berries here. He might be expecting the scouts from the Khmer here, so we'll see how Helichaos will react to this. Queuing. queuing the Angry Housewives now and transition some villagers to more villagers to wood here to instead of going to lumber camps straight away. And good, now the weak villager is not collecting a long distance hunt anymore. We have loom in anyway, so there's little chance of easy villager snipes here for Asur. Asur finds the berries. Will also spot the militia here, and on the blue player side is all very open, but note the house placement is close to the resources here. Helichaos a bit hesitant to engage here, maybe wants to keep the militia more on the defensive instead, or wait for men-at-arms before moving forward. Both eco upgrades for Helichaos as well, and he is indeed following up the men-at-arms with scouts. Should be some good damage potentially now with men-at-arms and the spear. Where are they? There they are. And following up with scouts as well to match the Khmer scouts investment here. 5 military to 3 right now. Asur moving right out. Both players kind of unlucky with their gold placements this game. Both golds close to the hill for Asur. A little bit hesitant in the forward from Helichaos here though, but he is moving out now, and we'll see if he can take the berries maybe. He's actually not found the berries. I think that's what he's scouting for right now. He wants to hit the food source of the Khmer because he's seen the scouts moving out here. And now some house walling for Asur on the woodlands. No house to hide in here. So this could be potentially one builder down or so for Asur here. He has the scouts to counter engage here, but Helichaos has spearmen in place, so I think he should be able to salvage his economy here. Might lose one villager because there are actually 4 scouts engaging here, but there's also business to attend to at home for Asur. And classic, running the men-at-arms into TC fire. Been there, done that. I can relate. Limited men-at-arms value from Helichaos forward, unfortunately. Did get 2 kills though, 2 villager kills, so that's something for sure. Now we need to address the aggression at home. But the Spearman is doing work here. Only 2 scouts left for Asur now. So both players had with limited value from their forward aggression here to begin the game. Poke. There goes that one. Helichaos was not sure, he didn't invest a lot into the scouts here after all. But here they come, comes a few more up here. Hey, Asur as well. Thank you so much for the resub. I'm looking forward to seeing how this game plays out for you. There are some spoilers in the brackets, of course, but I haven't seen the actual game though. So I think it could be a good set. Asur is in chat indeed. Scouts running in on either side from the players here, and Asur with the archer here. No specific upgrades. I think he's thinking about boosting the scouts forward with archers followed. Helichaos here is running under TC Fire here to try and snipe builders, and he actually succeeds as well. Oh, yeah. So salvages 2 very weak scouts there, runs into Spearman with the last one. Yeah, archers will deal with this, no problem. And we need to look at the other base as well. Asur is doing some work here. Has been getting one key builder at least. Spearman doing work for Helichaos as well, and 18 farms to 9 for the Khmer here. Could be that we'll see Helichaos up earlier here. We'll see. Disaster Feudal Age. Yeah, it looked a bit rough. Scouts into archers with the Khmer here. Sacrificing units from both ends here. Running into TC Fire and running into spears and whatnot. Helichaos with the blacksmith now. He hasn't gone to gold yet though. So if it wasn't for that, I'd say that Helichaos would be in a good spot to reach the castle age sooner here. His food income is healthier than Khmer's here, I would say though. I mean, Khmer farms, they are more efficient. They never need to go to a mill to drop off. But now with the archers investment as well, that should further delay Asur's progression a little bit here, maybe. We'll see. Helichaos needs to go to gold though to prepare that castle age transition. Sure, he has it in the plans here. He's also dropping a range for skirm defense here, and knowing that Asur has archers on the field. Equally disastrous, yes. Now, Helichaos needs his skirmishers now, though, because he's being outnumbered in military here now. We have 6 archers total and a couple of spears moving forward. So you can't rely on your own scouts if you have any left to deal with the archers here. Won't be needing a lot of skirmishers, though, that said. But no upgrades, that's an issue as well. Second range even for Helichaos here, so he's going to double up on the skirms production here. Not sure who to favor here. It's a bit hard to tell in the mix here, but the overall army value of Asur is higher here, and the skirms aren't in the most threatening numbers here. But then again, Asur doesn't really have a response to the skirmishers right now. Doesn't have only has 1 scout, and Helichaos leads up here with success. The resource disposition is virtually similar here between the 2 players. Asur with floating more wood and could transition into more farms easily as needed here. But it is the archers investment and not cavalry investment here for Asur. Scouts and skirmishers here. Looks like a better fight for Asur here. He's out of spearmen, but his scouts deal with the skirmishers here nice and easy. Oh, best reason for a pause I've seen in a while. Double stable switch for the Khmer here. That's a good call now that you've had forced Helichaos into double ranges skirmishers here. So to bring out some cavalry, whatever that might be. It's a slight head start to the castle for Helichaos here with the double stables as well. The upgrades, however, that's where Helichaos has a lead. He has +1/+1. Neither of the players have bloodlines. They'll be getting into that as well if they plan to follow up with cavalry here. And then the villager situation shows that Asur is with the 3 villagers lead here after having had less idle TC time overall here. That's the main factor here. Helichaos actually killed 4 villagers, but he's had more idle TC time, so didn't get enough value from the raids to keep the villagers lead gained by raids so far in the game. The skirmishers are doing work though, but Helichaos is What's his scouting intel like? I wonder if he knows about the cavalry follow-up. Not really, but it's also not queuing skirmishers anymore. So we'll see how this ends up here. 4 kills for Asur here now as well, so getting some good raids in with a few archers here. Castle Age is in, and we'll have both players producing knights. Looks like 5 knights in the queue for Asur here, so he's going to take the numbers lead, which will be sorely needed as well when slightly behind in the upgrades here. 11 on gold for Helichaos, 11 for Asur as well, and yeah, they'll both be pumping out those knights. Revealing the knight switch from the Khmer here now, so shouldn't be a surprise by Helichaos anymore. He might want to drop a monastery or invest into pikes for defense here now, seeing this. If he doesn't want to solely rely on his own knights production here and eventually a castle and stirrups here to get the better numbers. Walls almost complete for Helichaos over here as well, and he focuses down the first few Khmer knights that enter. 8 knights to 7 though. But Asur doesn't really keep the armies collected here. He's trying to hit from different angles here, and now will be intercepted. Nope. Yes. good reaction by Helichaos there too. Even though he wasn't patrolling, he did spot on the mini-map that there was some blue movement to the left-hand side. So we will be chasing those 3 numbers, but that's good for Asur to lead these knights away as well, because Helichaos only has 9 knights total. So now he has less knights left to attend to the other side here. Another villager down for the teal player here. Army numbers somewhat similar here, but Helichaos has more diverse composition here. Meanwhile, Asur is dropping the forward siege workshop and collecting his knights numbers to take a good fight here, I think, with simply with larger numbers than his opponent. More than twice the hit points. This is a horrible fight for Helichaos, unfortunately. And at home site here is still only 1 TC for Helichaos. He has been collecting stone, so he could get a defensive castle or creposts up here, which honestly is sorely needed on this hill, because that's where Helichaos' continued gold access is. He still has main gold left to take though, so there's not an immediate crisis there. But he's being outnumbered in knights now by the Khmer, is being matched in upgrades as well. Yeah, that's a good cleanup there. Helichaos is struggling for numbers. He gets the defensive crepost up though. That's going to keep the cavalry from engaging from this side. But there should still be potential for Asur to enter at a different angle here. Yeah, or this side. Take the palisade gate. Could send a ram over here even and just break through just like that. Look at the repair micro as well. Clock is ticking for Helichaos now. His eco is still stable-ish at home, but he's committing all of the gold miners to another defensive crepost now, which could be very hurtful for the units production here. The stable's obviously going idle now with 0 gold miners. There's still gold in the bank, but the food eco is struggling as well, and I think Helichaos is in a little bit of a panic mode here now to keep these masses of Khmer knights out. Another TC for Asur as well on the new side gold and woodlands here, and the knights will be getting some good raids in here now to kill off skirmishers and builders here. Defensive Krapos goes up, but I think Asur can commit here to just idle and kill off as many villagers as possible. Stone still exposed on this side. Gold, actually no villagers taking that, but wood line, maybe. Yeah, we'll just relocate. Thank you very much. Thanks for leaving us to live. 10 knights. I think Asur might want to salvage the numbers now and try to break out instead. Is that the plan here, maybe? It's not too easy to raid in the middle of all the Krapos here. The Ram is doing its best here, but that's going to be poked down by the Spearman here. Market for Helichaos now is still only on 1 TC, even though Bulgarians have cheaper town centers, only 50 stone. And the Knights are still getting build kills 16 to 5. Helichaos with 6 minutes 30 seconds with idle TC time here, and it's actually down to less than half of the villagers of Asur here. So some great value and from the Khmer raids throughout the game here. Spearman for Helichaos, he has +1 attack for them and +1 defense. So he'll clean up the Knights, but he's so far behind in economy now, as Asur is already at 3 TTs here, and Helichaos is still committed to his 1. Heli is not exactly the biggest boomer. I've seen him boom, but it's becoming a recurring theme that his idle time is something I should be commenting on, like in his 16 pop Khmer Scouts who counter Inca's video, which I have on YouTube. He did go 16 pop, but effectively had quite a bit of idle time in the Dark Age, so not as smooth as it could have been. He is getting some counter aggression in though, but with limited success here, just running into Knights and TC Fire. 43, 91, yeah, Asur should have this in the bag. He's going to the Imperial Age here, and he's still keeping larger or stronger army mass here. Army value about the same. Kudos to Helichaos for holding on though and getting these defensive Krapos up. Now going to stone as well. That's also partly protected by this Krapos here. He's producing conics. He's going to be committed to the castle for a good while longer here with 45 down 50 villagers here. It's not the prettiest sight ever. Pike defense could work out here against the extended cavalry play of Asur though, but that's but Asur also has skirmishes here. Could even add scorpions to contest large masses of pikes to weaken them. So I'm not seeing an easy way back for Helichaos here. Elite skirm on the way in even. Poor skirmisher. He is carrying spears and he can't even kill a lion. And finally, the mentioned earlier, the Krapos on the hill here. To cover these 2 goals. In an ideal world would have a castle here for Helichaos, but the Krapos is certainly a good compromise, given the stone collected here. The main issue is the army numbers and strength here now though. Cap Tram for the Khmer. Khmer gets Sea Tram as well. We have 13 Knights that will become Cavalier here. They're up against Castle Age Conics, but the Conics are lacking the last attack upgrade. And the Elite Skirms will also help out against both the Pikemen and the dismounted Conics here. But this is not a pretty fight for Asur here. Not the Siege Workshop. Was this all to buy time for the Siege Workshop to go up here, or? Oh, it goes up. Good job. Good work, woman. So Helichaos on the move with the counterattack now. He's still down half the villagers, but at least has more army than Asur at this point, even if it's mainly trash and pikes here. Dropping a aggressive house on the hill here. And by the looks of it, Asur is going into Scorpion numbers here. He did take Cap Ram as well, which would be an efficient way to take down Krepos, but now it's Helichaos with the momentum. Not enough elite skirms here to easily focus down the pike numbers. Aggressive house is definitely a winning move, yes. Well, aggressive house, aggressive Krepos. We're getting there, but Helichaos now down to 17 military. Again, the elite skirms are making quick work of his pikemen, and this is sort of a last hurrah for Helichaos here. I think if he can't get any good trades in here on Asur's economy, Asur is just going to escalate his economy and double up on the numbers. He could even go into hand cannoneers against the pikes here because he's in the Imperial Age. JJ, well played. And that is a 1-0 for Asur. So overall, better unit score here. KD very much in the favor of Asur. Helichaos with the army high, but that was mainly trash units, and they were made quick work of by Asur in the end with a mix of elite skirms and scorpions. And the economy should not come as a big surprise that Asur has collected almost twice the resources here as the opponent. The uptime more smooth with the scouts there as well, but they both kind of failed in the feudal age with the forwards though, sacrificing scouts to spearmen and then arms to town centers and whatnot. But if Helichaos keeps the TC less idle, this could be a much more even game, I think, with the Bulgarians against Kver here. We'll be going to Helichaos' home map, so just get me a moment to pull up that one. First I thought you were drawing a Fury Pate. Maybe. Yeah, I know you meant the timeline. New Capture H features, man. Alright, next on the agenda, Helichaos' home map is Desert Void. The one exception to the open season idea here with a very easily closed map. Helichaos does not get the best map gen ever though. He's only with 3 woodlands. In return they're very chunky, it's like Black Forest style woodlands here, but it's only 3 of them. So if Asur is able to contest those, I mean it's a limit as to how Helichaos can relocate here. So Helichaos with the Aztecs. Gonna open Drush or Men-at-Arms probably. Pre-milled Drush could be the way to go here, but the map is, as said, is very easily closed, so even your starting militia might even be able to get in. Asur with the Vikings, fantastic economic civilization. Wheelbarrow and handcart kicking in instantly in the feudal and castle ages. That's the first time I've seen berries being foraged by goats here. They're just picking up some nourishment. This goat should have 120 food now. It's been eating berries for a long time here. Just like goats do. Goats do demolish any structures and eat your produce. So early aggression not out of the question for the Vikings either. You could go, almost should go Man-at-Arms as Vikings because they get extra hit points on their infantry starting in the feudal age. So that's a good way to contest the Aztecs openings actually, infantry openings, because the Vikings infantry will be stronger. Even if you're outmatched by 1 man-at-arm, you could still take favorable fights with Vikings with a little bit of micro. By the way, all these bushes here, that's a spectation bug. This is void, literally a void. The only thing outside of your starting resources are the neutral stones that would spawn randomly across the map. House going up, no build just yet. Helichaos walling off. This also didn't drop a barracks, so he might just be playing straight wall up here. So, it's a house lumber camp here by the looks of it. Not going to be dropping up any wood there, other than to make a campfire inside of your house. Who knows? So both players presumably have found all of the starting resources, sheep and whatnot here. Deer quite pushable for Helichaos here. He's pushed in one to boost the food economy. Still no sign of a military building, so I think it's just going straight wall off here with the Aztecs and I don't know what the follow-up would be. Asur drops the barracks though, so he has some infantry play in mind here. The timing of it is actually that of a pre-milled rush. And he entered the military. 10 gold being brought in as well to afford that last militia in addition to loom. And if you forget about this villager, you'll have long distance gold collecting to boost your gold income a tiny little bit. Will the militia reach the enemy side before the walls are complete though? That's the question. If Helichaos had Asur's map, he would be full walled by now, but for now he needs to try and extend all the way towards the edge here. And he'll need to react to the pre-milled rush, of course. And by pushing in a deer, Helichaos isn't doing himself any favors here. Maybe he doesn't expect any early aggression here. And relying on the walls to go up in time here could be vertical. These are still Dark Age walls as well, so the militia will break through more easily here. You don't remember yourself. Alright, the militia, aka Angry Housewives on my channel, will find their way in here. Scout to stop the walls from completing here and to engage against the Eagle Scout maybe? I'm really curious about Helichaos' plan with Aztecs here, but I know he's been playing, he practiced this map before open season started, and I think I saw him playing Aztecs with success as well. So maybe, I mean, I'd say this map favors one easy aggression because there's nowhere to run and relocate for your enemy. So if you reach their base and keep up the pressure, then some serious damage can be dealt. Nice quick walls here to keep the militia from entering, but one villager will be going down here. And it's still only Dark Age walls as well. It's 1 minute to go for the feudal age, so the militia here, they can break through the palisades rather easily as well. On either side. Feudal age just about to kick in. Let's see. Nah, they won't find a way in. They're gonna break their way out instead. Alright, so Helichaos is fine-ish for now. I was 100% sure he would lose that villager, but Asur didn't commit, so no villagers lost for Helichaos, dropping Market, dropping the Blacksmith probably soon enough as well, and then we'll be up to the Castle Age. Asur not on gold yet, still walling off here and following the rush up with archers. Alright, archers could have some merit here on this side. For some reason Helichaos is taking the side gold here. Could be because he couldn't quite secure his main gold to the side here. Castle Age not far off though, just missing the blacksmith now, and Helichaos is good to go. And I think it might be straight Eagles here, because he's committing a lot to gold here. Eagle siege push, maybe. Helichaos has seen a range as well, so he's probably happy about that. He knows that the Vikings player will be going for the Archers play here, and his Castle Age Eagles will deal with that nice and easy. Second barracks going up as well. Must be annoying to hear that attack sound constantly, pounding away at your houses and palisades and whatnot. And at some point you need to address it as well, otherwise there will be an opening into your base and you will have to deal with some annoyment here. But for now, just a few palisades behind to keep the angry house vibes from entering here from the Vikings. The uptime's not too dissimilar here. Asur, will he be able to scout the additional barracks here? I'm not sure he will. He's actually quite limited scouting until he'll see the gold investment though, and that's a giveaway that Eagles might be coming the Vikings' way here. Scout could even delay this siege workshop a little bit, but that's going to be a dead scout as well. Yeah. Eagle Warrior on the way in for Helichaos here, and keeping the gold count low here, so he's got quite a few Eagles in queue here now from his... This is all 2 barracks. I thought he had 3 for some reason, but yeah, 2 barracks. So as a result, Asur could rely on crossbow masses for the time being, of course, until the Eagles reach critical mass, but I think Asur already needs to and should consider a reaction to the Eagles investment. This could still mean a siege and something push though. It doesn't necessarily mean Eagles if you're heavily on gold and dropping a siege workshop. And the Eagles investment is still kind of hid away from Asur here, I think. Helichaos doesn't have much scouting to go on here, but his Eagle Scouts will fix that soon enough. He's sending them out, cleaning up the militia, and now forcing a reaction from Asur here with some quick walls to make it more awkward for the Eagles to enter. And might need a counter unit soon enough. Could contest this gold on the side though, because Helichaos, he doesn't have anything to protect that. He even... Helichaos sold the stone to go to the Castle Age, I think, or something, because it was lacking gold. He went to the gold to the sides kind of late, so I missed that. Eagles and Scorpions though, that's tough for the Vikings unless you have a counter planned here. Crossbows really won't work out for you when there are Eagle Warriors in mass on your field. Oh, F for the scout. Scorpion at home will probably deal with these crossbows, no problem. It's a peculiar choice to sell the stone, though. That's pretty much an indication that Helichaos wants to win this map with 1 TC aggression, because stone is hard to come by on this map. Nice job of Asur obstructing the gold here, but eventually the crossbows will go down to the Scorpion. Not without villagers lost for Helichaos, though. He's going to lose 2 or 3 here, maybe even 4. But let's see what's happening on the other side now. Scorpions behind, Eagles in front. And making quick walls much more awkward than you'd think behind there. And if the Eagles break through, that's going to be tough for the Vikings Eco to... Yeah, it's going to be a big blow to the Vikings Eco. Right now, Helichaos is at almost 6 minutes idle time though. And hence far behind the villagers. But if these Eagles enter and he gets enough kills, that's going to change things. The walls still in place here for Asur, keeping the Eagles out for now. Scorpion defense seems to work out here for the Vikings. So here's what comes down to scouting again for Helichaos though. The gold is quite exposed over here. You could easily push Asur off his one and only gold here if the Scorpions are on this side. So that's definitely something to consider. Oh, the Eagles are in. Never mind. GG. Where did they enter? How did they get in? Over here, maybe. Well, well played Helichaos on the whole map, Desert Void. Let's look at the stats here as well. Or the Fjord, as Akkal-AOE thinks it is by the sound of it. Massive military lead for Helichaos, of course, with the Eagles investment. 2 or 3 barracks in the end. That's the value of the units, gold. Yeah, 3 times the units. Almost 23 military high. Not too much difference in the resource collection, but when the Eagles are in and you don't have a response like fully upgraded Knights or Mass Corps or Longswords in the Vikings case, then you're in a pickle to hold it off. Alright, means we'll have a decider game for this set then. Let's bring up the last match for Asur's home map, which will be Kilimanjaro. Lovely. Another one of my favorite maps. Who would have thought I would pick my favorite maps for my own tournament, huh? Wishing each other good luck, have fun. It's nice to see. It's Kilimanjaro. It's a map that's scarce in food, as you'd probably expect in the mountainous terrain of Kilimanjaro, but there are still goats and elephants and berries to be taken, but only one elephant, so you struggle a bit for your Dark Age food here. Honestly, there's shorefish spawning inconsistently though. That's an option to take. Do you already have plans for the next tournament after this one? It is quite a large chance that it will be a 2v2 Nomad event, catering to basically all ELO ranges. That would be my plan. But in that case, I would have a lot of different brackets. That's just to play a general idea. And I reserve the right only to basically cast these semis and finals and pick games at will during the earlier stages. But yes, I have an idea. I'll make. Just need to work it out and then make an announcement. And maybe I'll even try myself at some video edit to make a trailer or something. But the idea is a 2v2 event and back to Nomad. I did a Nomad tournament last fall, November. But that was 1v1. I'll be taking some of the same ideas from that one into the 2v2 event and hopefully get some crazy non-bad games. So to the civilizations here, we have Slab for Asur will have amazing infantry in the late game, possibly a good counter to Indians' Imperial Camels. So that if you get to the and a cheaper siege for Slavs as well, maybe not as applicable against the Indians, but you could still benefit from it, of course, if you're on the forward with the potential for a siege push. The deer, yeah, ostrich look kind of pushable on both sides here. You almost have to do that on Kilimanjaro, otherwise you'd commit more to berries or play some early farms to make sure you have food income to sustain you past the field age. So Helichaos, he has an advantage with Indians here with the cheaper villagers as well. He's going to mill the shorefish here, so his shorefish spawn is luckier than Asur's here, who will be milling one patch of shorefish. But the hunt here as well, though, so it's not a bad mill. Indians, they do collect shorefish faster though, so this is a good call by Helichaos. It's going to have very fast and smooth food income here with Indians. 10% faster shorefish income for the Indians. And we might see a scouts fight, honestly. Slavs have an advantage here as well with the cheaper farms. So to kind of compensate for the lack of food income early on here. But from the food investment from both players here, 14 and 13 on food, I'm kind of expecting to see scouts from both sides here. Both players on the way to the feudal age pretty early. Helichaos with the 19 pop, Asur with the 20 pop here. So as you can see from the food count here for Helichaos, it is higher. He is collecting the shorefish more quickly, and he is also spending less food on the actual villager creation. Here comes the barracks for the Slavs and the Helichaos as well. So it's definitely going to be a scouts war here, scouts and spears war, presumably. Completely similar food disposition here, and Helichaos with 300 food more, so he's going to be able to afford scouts and eco upgrades much more easily here than his adversary. Kilimanjaro, very awkward map to wall. So but we'll see Asur making an attempt here to funnel the enemy aggression in towards the TC, at least on the right hand side here. Helichaos is forward with his scout to see the barracks in place and no flag on the barracks, and giving Helichaos the intel he needs to know that he might be getting scouts and spears his way. Good head start to the stables for Helichaos, queuing 3 scouts straight away, still left over with food for eco upgrades. Where's horse collar, horse collar, horse collar, horse collar? Uh-oh. Well, you don't need to stress it either, since no farms have been placed yet. Just now milling the berries. And I think Helichaos is off to a good start here. He has 2 scouts and a spear for now, 3 scouts total. And is moving forward to obstruct the food economy, of course, of the slabs here. There is 1 spear in the field though, so Helichaos needs a response to that one, or enough scouts to justify trying to focus down the spearmen. Asur, no scouts at all, might be doubling up on the spears here instead to keep the aggression out. Nice back woodlands here for Asur to be taken. They're not all that chunky, but they're going to take him past the feudal age here still. There's enough wood in common. It's really hard for Helichaos to get to with this kind of walling. That's some solid Indian scouts investment here. We might see a prolonged feudal here between the players. We have Helichaos with 7 scouts and 6 spears already, and it really benefits from a ranged unit as well to range over the walls and obstruct food income and surpass quick walls here. But still, definitely Helichaos with the momentum here with Indians, albeit investing a lot more into army here, whereas Asur is dropping those faster working slabs farms and might beat Helichaos to the cast age because of that. No blacksmith upgrades for either player here. And Asur with wheelbarrow Helichaos does not have that, so that's major setback for the farm's economy. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Good save. Battle of the Tinkers. Ding, 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 ding. Oh, it's a scout slaughter, I think. 3 scouts left alive. Not too bad for Helichaos, all in all here. Asur now going to gold. So what's the idea here? Are we thinking about... Is it for the castle switch or for the archers or some such maybe? Oh, snipe! Snipe! Woohoo! 120 wood down the drain for Asur there if Helichaos got both farms in time. Scouts will be, yeah, they'll be reaching a dead end here. They'll be focused down by his spears for sure. Deletes it, okay. Ah, okay. Good reaction then. It looked like he hit the first one though, but so many spears, but the slabs economy still easily affordable. Full-on spears investment here. Did see scouts from... I think I saw some scouts from Asur as well, but I might have been mistaken. Even villagers being brought to the fight here. Helichaos. Good starting boost to the Indians here for the shorefish and everything, and this extended that foodie going to farms now. Just now getting horse color for his already 16 farms that won't benefit from it. And the range is going up. Is he thinking about the cavalry archers in the castle each year maybe? Would be very nice to have cav archers on the field on a map like this where there's so much elevation to take advantage of. Even general archers, crossbows, arbalests as well would have merit here. It's the slabs spearman rush moving forward for Asur. 35 to 34 villagers here, so this time around Helichaos He's not with more idle time than his enemy, at least not more than 6 seconds more. So they're going up to the cast stage with similar upgrades here and similar uptimes. Maybe almost even similar plans to go for. Alright, what's the Slavs play here? Has to be cavalry, I guess. And for the Indians, definitely cavalry archers. 2 ranges up now for Helichaos. 14 on wood, 7 on gold. Something that Asur will spot this very moment. There's the cast stage, and we're poking away at the stables so as to prevent any camels or other scary units to pop out from this building. Husbandry is obviously important for the cavalry archers, as is Bloodlines, but that's already... No, never mind, it's not in for Helichaos. Asur with the Slavs, he has cheaper siege weapons, so that's a no-brainer to go for a Slav siege push. A pike siege push on the Indians, I think Indians might struggle against that. Cav archers could, at the very least, snipe the spearmen here though. Do we have pikemen on the way? Of course we do. That's being teched as well, and Helichaos is playing more of the eco card here, is securing his side gold and a woodline here with his second town center. Actually, Asur is doing the same thing, taking the side gold here with the TC, so they're, with their similar uptimes, they're also mirroring their eco approaches here, so the evil numbers should stay somewhat similar here. Helichaos with Bodkin Arrow in here, Bloodlines all the way as well, now only missing Ballistics and potentially Thumbring for the most important upgrades for the cavalry archers here. Scorpion is a good addition in masses of cavalry archers. If you get some good shots in with the Scorpions, you're going to weaken them to allow your units to more easily hurt you. So Helichaos responds to the forward siege push with his own siege workshop, but he's spending lots of wood on the cavalry archers as well, so a siege investment here for Helichaos might impair his cavalry archer production. He'll want, I think he'll want a Mangonel out here to get some lucky shots in either on the pikes and or the scorpions here. There's some cavalry archers raiding in Asur's base as well, so Helichaos with a nice offensive now. Might get to snipe the first villager over the game here, but for now it's just pounding away at Palisade Wall, and that's gonna take him a while. Cav Archer's doing work here from behind the walls to snipe the pikemen, just casually poking away at the walls here. So that's some units going to waste for Asur here. The Cav Archers are in as well, and now we're going to see some eco kills here for Helichaos. However, we have 3 town centers for Asur, so as long as he keeps them working as he is, then Helichaos should be able to take a villager lead here. He's spending much time microing at different stages of his of the map now. Oh, nice hit on the Scorpions. 2 Scorpions down in 1 Mangonel shot there. Beautiful. Nice cleanup for Helichaos now, while he's also on the forward with the cavalry archers. He only has, well, he has 14 cavalry archers total now. We'll be spreading them out to get maximum raiding potential down here. Woodland might be exposed here. Nice split to dodge the Scorpion as well. If you get close, you could abuse the minimum range of the Scorpion as well. It's gonna take the Cavalry Archers a while though to focus down this wooden building, and Asur with some nice repair micro here will keep these defensive Scorpions alive for now, forcing the Cavalry Archers to move out. These guys are just chilling out and enjoying life here. They should be attacking as well. University now for ballistics for your Helichaos. Very much gonna need that for easier unit kills and whatnot. Helichaos taking a bit of middle presence now as well. He's depleted his gold over here, so he'll need to extend. Does he know about this one though? Ah! He hasn't scouted it! Oh, yeah, that's a huge setback now, going for the middle already. I mean, it's not the worst idea ever. He's collecting stone as well, so if he can get the castle up here, he has some stones and gold secured here. But this would have been a lot better option at this stage in the game. Cavalry Archers on the raiding spree again. Asur keeps a solid eco lead though, and a nice defensive castle on his home gold and wood income here. Helichaos will be getting some villager kills, but he'll be needing a lot more to even out the villager numbers here. Asur is with 73 villagers, Helichaos with 58. So while Helichaos has the military advantage here, Asur definitely has the upper hand in the economy. Slab's Knights enter the field now for Asur, and he has no upgrades whatsoever on them. Interesting. Well, there's Bloodlines, so not no upgrades, but no attack, no defense. Gonna try and hit some exposed economy here, while the Cavalry Archers are raiding on the other side. Splitting up again, gonna run into Castle Fire. Ouch. Alright, now we're attacking. First villager down in the game for Helichaos. He's still with 2 TCs, but they're keeping them more or less producing here. 20-ish villagers down still to Asur. Forward siege goes down for Asur here, most likely even to that one camel. And these 2 knights raiding won't really do much than scratch Helichaos' back here. Another TC for the slabs on the stone now, indicating that forward or defensive castles may be in order. The TC gets to be completed there and secures this support tile stone for Asur, who desperately wants to take some more map control as the game goes on here. Helichaos with a forward castle in the middle of the Cav Archers here, really applying some pressure here. And another stable as well to maybe facilitate some light cav raids for the late game here. Some nice cavalry archer masses for Helichaos here, and also some camels to boost those numbers. So if Asur brings a few knights to the field, Helichaos still has a counter option. Asur, however, is on the way to the Imperial Age. Helichaos is far from it. So with the Imperial Age kicking in for Asur, it should be a no-brainer to trap down this castle and free up the home space again. Army size is an issue at this point though. It's 11 military for Asur and 41 for Helichaos, but Asur will be doubling up on the barracks here and pumping out some of that slab's infantry I'm guessing we won't be seeing Druzhina in a 1v1, but that's also an option for Slavs to go for in the Imperial Age, which will give the infantry the area damage. And pikemen, or halberdiers rather, if they can get close to the cavalry archers, then the cavalry archers will be eaten up. Scorpion's doing work here as well. Helichaos is losing some cavalry archers numbers and they are getting weakened, and he's getting fortified wall. What? 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 So is it fortified palisade walls, or what the heck? That must have been a misclick. Why would we need fortified wall now? Masonry on the way, maybe that's what the Helichaos meant to click. That's going to boost the hit points of the buildings. Cavalry archer numbers decreasing a little bit, but they're still alive over here, albeit quite weak, and more Scorpions are joining in. Slavs cheaper siege coming into play here and forcing the cavalry archers up in the corner where the Scorpions will be getting even more hits in here. Light cav to remedy the situation maybe, but all of the cav archers quite weak now, and Helichaos is ceased cav archer production by the looks of it, so he wants to go into something different here now. Don't think Helichaos can play camels here, but because this is Slavs and there's basically only pikemen on the field, so we need a different approach here for Helichaos. It's kind of stuck in the Castle Age now, whereas Asur is in the Imperial Age, and yeah, could even get into Siege Ram to deal with the castle if needed. First and foremost, he needs to clear out the cavalry archers and the raids, of course. Treb is out to deal with the forward castle, so that's going to lose the forward spot for Helichaos. Means his forward lumberjacks here should be history as well. No place to hide. Scorpion numbers increasing, that should be helping to deal with the cav archers eventually. They're kind of trapped in the back here, they can't really escape. So Helichaos numbers are dwindling here. Another nice defensive castle for Asur on this side here, protecting a lot of wood income. So 15 cavalry archers left for Helichaos. There's still some exposed economy to raid, of course, but this defensive castle should limit the damage potential. I'm looking at the villager counts as well. Asur 1 age ahead, and also still 20 villagers or so ahead. It doesn't needs to deal with the rams pushing here though, but just send a few pikes over, that shouldn't be a big problem. Helichaos with a lot of map control here now, but still he's 1 age behind, and he's not exactly having a massive military lead here. Going for Castle Age light cav raids here. Indians light cav or cavalry units, they have +1 pierce armor in the Castle Age, so that helps out against any ranged unit here, but the forward castle is down. Rams are taking out a few buildings here, but nothing too serious. I have to say Asur is playing this very patiently, just full on defensive here and not stressed out by the forward of the opponent. Playing the better economy here that Slavs do have, and now tearing down the Rams with villagers here. Forward buildings will be going down, and Asur will slowly but steadily be pushing back here. The score's very even. But if you look at the eco KD here, Helichaos has killed 53 villagers and he still doesn't have the villager lead. And that's of course because Asur has 3 TCs and keeps villager production, 4 TCs actually, and keeps villager production somewhat. What are we looking at? 3 TCs, sorry. Keep looking at the wrong players here. 3 TCs and keep somewhat consistent production behind this. Another defensive castle as well. And Asur can safely place them because Helichaos is still not in the Imperial Age and doesn't have an easy way to take out enemy castles. $33 military to 20 here now. Trebs pushing down the forward buildings with the help of pikemen here. The farms investment not working out perfectly here for Asur. Easy to raid when it's so exposed like that, but the second castle here will help out with that as well. We have 37 on farms now for Asur. He could double up on the farms here now and go into Hussars himself and raid Helichaos, expose economy to death here with the slabs. Forward Siege Workshop stayed up as well, so there's a tiny bit of pushing going on here with what is still a battering ram. 66.5 eco KD here, so Asur only killed 5 villagers so far, but he's still weathering the storm here and now has Halberdier in as well. Halb Siege again should be very strong against Indians that whose strongest options is the camels. Some hero skirmishers trying to take down the trap here. I don't quite think they will succeed. Asur with a strong help siege push forward here now, mainly halberdiers of course, just one ram, not even a capped ram, but look at the eco behind this. Asur still in the Imperial Age fighting against Castle Age Helichaos here. Helichaos fighting as best he can with his remaining armies as well. He's extending to the sides now, so he's not giving up map control. They're both taking neutral resources as well. It's the decider game in the quarterfinal after all, so Helichaos he will be fighting for his dear life for as long as he can here, but as the Imperial Age goes on here and Asur can extend the economy, slabs just grow even more scary. I'm frankly surprised not to see light cab or hussar raids by slabs at this point, because Helichaos clearly isn't playing the camels here. Lots of idle eco time for both players, so that says something of the raids going on here. But the defensive castles of Asur makes raiding for Castle Age Helichaos difficult here. It still has present in the middle, has stables here, has the neutral golds and stones covered. More barracks going up for Asur though, and going to double up on the helps and siege pushing here as slabs should do. Capped ram is in, and now we have 2 rams pushing here, ramming down farms. Can you believe the strength of those farms? You need 3 hits with the rams to take out the farm. 4 actually. 41 to 20 military here now. Still cav archers left for Helichaos, but they can't move too close to the scorpions and halberdiers obviously. And they can't abuse choke points either between buildings with scorpions on the field, so it's going to be some cav archers down for Helichaos there. He's losing more of his armies now, left with 10 cavalry archers, 2 camels and 6 skirmishers, as his base is being slowly demolished here as well. There's still the expansion to the sides, and Asuri should be seeing this at the minimap at some point, see a few teal dots, but on this side, Helichaos is still securing some resources. GG well played is called, and Asur will be advancing to the semi-final. Nice, well played to Helichaos as well, and thanks for participating. Let's have a look at the scores. Showing some RB tabs here with some low numbers for Helichaos at some point, but then doubling up on the cavalry archers and getting some great raids in. Falling behind the villagers though with the pressure and the micro intensity of the cav archers. Also simply with more buildings overall here, stronger economy. Farm eco of the slabs should be... Oh, Helichaos is matching that actually. Such a nice achievement screen. Oh, you would know that, wouldn't you, and Brain? I love the addition, by the way. It's even better than the in-game one, of course, so much appreciated not to have to toggle back into the game to see the stats. Or are you referring to my my stuff over here? It says, hope I'm not covering some important stats here. No, I don't think I am. No painting making something worse. Gotcha. You got me there. Seriously good work on the whole capture rate thingy. We're all in the community very appreciative of it. Even if it's only for analyzing your own games as a casual player, or especially for casting like I do, it's much appreciated. So that's the 1300, 1500 bracket. We'll be moving on to 1500, 1800 after a short break.